This video is meant for adult doll collector. If you're under 18 years old, get the hell out of here.
What's up, doll photographer and doll storyteller, and welcome to the first part of the Noah project. This part is going to be focused more on the repaint and the body blushing and everything around that. So hope you're going to enjoy it and see you at the end. So I had the idea of putting the clock so people can actually know how much time I'm making by repainting all the different heads. And truth be told, this was not a good idea. It puts so much pressure, so enjoy it because I'm not going to use that anytime soon for another video. So as always, the first thing that I'm going to do is to take care of the repaint of the base skin tone, and I'm using my airbrush for that because it's easier for me. Let's be honest, it's a little bit more faster, and also it does have more of a soft layer of paint, more like harmonious sort of paint. You know, you don't see the brush and other things, so I like using that. And truth be told, there is so much more now possibility and option when it comes to airbrush. I got mine for around 29 euros, I think, and it do the job perfectly. So the head is going to be on the YMI 25 bodies. It's one of the body that I kind of like so much now, because it's kind of a teenage sort of body, and the fact that it has so much possibilities when it comes to mix and match for the outfit. For example, like the YMI bodies can wear Barbie clothes, they can wear ID Forever clothes, they can wear Blight clothes, Isol, Pulip. So there is many choices, and I just like that. So since it's not the first costume and one of a kind that I've made for that type of body, I already prepared, like the jar you can see on the screen here is already a mix that I've created for that body. So the problem that I'm facing right now is the fact that the paint wasn't diluted enough, so I had to add more water in it in order to make it sure that it gets smoother in the airbrush. Remember when I said that this clock put so much pressure? It did, really. Like, it was close to 1 hour, and I just had one coat for the base skin tone apply on the head, and I was like, time is running out so fast, and I didn't even notice because I never had a clock before, and that was just freaking me out so much. Anyway, close to 2 hours, so 1 hour and 40 minutes it took to actually have the 3 layers needed for the base skin tone. And now I'm going to apply the blushing, so I'm mixing different pastel for that. Every time that I do something, by the way, I didn't mention that before, but for example, when I'm finishing all the base coat for the skin tone, I'm applying 2 layers of varnish in between different steps. So now that I'm starting the blushing, for example, and starting with the dark brown for the shadow of the faces, there is already 2 layers Yeah, it's 2 layers that I usually apply um, of varnish. So I'm using two different brush, one to push and press for the pastel around the darkest corner of the faces. And then I'm using larger brush, thinner brush to just remove the excess and kind of blend it in the face. It's really perfect because we can see that I was so focused that I didn't pay attention to actually be like in the center of the camera to make sure that it was recorded properly. Like, yeah. Oh god, I'm so sorry for that. Anyway, so now I'm applying the blush for the cheek. I like this kind of pinkish, cheek, like the Disney character, for example, that have that. So I'm applying on the cheek, I'm applying at the nose, and I'm applying at the chin as well. I want to just clarify that is on the nose, chin, cheek, because obviously on the screen you can't really see this for all the heads, so. And I don't think I actually had to repaint that much head in a row. There is 16 heads for Noah, and now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, it took me 2 days for Ryder to do the repaint because I started with the 112 plus the teen plus the kid, and I did the adult the other day, the day after. But even if it didn't take that long, I don't know, I really try to see and understand why it took me so long to do that repaint compared to all the other one that I did in the past that took me about maybe between 3 and 4 hours. Anyway, so now I'm using a dark brown mixed with a little bit of black pastel to have this 3 days sort of beard at his beard. Don't know why I have to clarify and specify it's a beard. One of the reasons that I had to do that, and I was willing to do that also, is because I used that body for the first time with another character called Adam. You have probably seen it on the channel. There is some videos with him and also a repaint of him. But the fact is that Adam was a drag queen, so he had two different set of heads, one with the makeup and one without the makeup. And since he is a drag queen, I wanted him to be really like shaved clean, and having this YMI 25 bodies was really helpful because I could actually put dresses on him. And also the feet is large enough to be able to have like the 1/6 scale female shoes to fit. So it was kind of just perfect. The only thing that bothered me is that it's a YMI 25, so it's 25 centimeters. So it's really like a teen body, it's small. So sometimes it just triggers me because it felt like he is a kid. So I thought of, and this time I'm gonna make sure that it is visible that he is like over 18, over 20. So now with the black paint acrylic, I'm gonna repaint the eyebrow. And I can't believe that we are almost close to 3 hours. But speaking of project, the project of Noah by itself, it was inspired during the weekend that we spent in Paris for the Paris Creation fashion doll show. Because I have so many friends there that I just met on Instagram and on YouTube, and I was able to see them in real life. And I was like, I wish I had a doll that was connected to the doll world and doll related. And then Noah came up in my mind as the perfect kind of doll. I wanted to have something that was easy to travel with, and what better than 25 centimeters to travel with. Title. And then I realized that I don't have a doll that is kind of focused on doll for dolls and just doll collecting and all doll collector stuff. Back to the video, I'm actually using white paint to repaint the teeth. Sorry. What did I say again? Oh yeah. So I wanted to have a doll that was easy to travel with, that was cute, and that I can use for doll convention, doll meeting, and all that stuff, because I'm doing a little bit more of that more and more every year. So that's how the project Noah started. And now with the white, I'm focusing on the eyes. And I know that for the teeth, I kind of ruined it because I applied it on the lips. But with a Q-tip, a little bit of water, since there is already varnish on it, I can simply remove it. So, you know, it's always something that we can fix. See what I was saying? Q-tip, water, and done. So now with the watercolor pencil, I'm going to do the lips color. So yeah, Noah is going to be focused more on dolls for dolls and miniatures and all that stuff. Is going to be related to him. No, not going to be anything that is related to magic, witchcraft, and all that stuff. Is going to be on Eliver's turn. And now the Elias Dollverse is going to be focused on dolls for dolls and other things, with the main character as Noah. And someone on Instagram actually said something, because we need to talk about something here, which is the hair, because I was able to found a 3D print of Roxas, and I just tried my best to remove the hair from the head and to keep the hair from my head, if that makes sense, if you follow along. Because Roxas is one of my favorite characters in Kingdom Hearts, and probably one of my favorite characters in every video game, because this story is just mind-blowing and so sad and so amazing. So I thought, since he's going to be a doll collector, he might as well be a gamer. So I added that little wink wink of his face. So we're near 4 hours, not near, we actually passed 4 hours. And I'm not done yet. I'm just painting the lips. I'm just mind blown. Like, how much time this took me to do. If you wonder what that face expression is, well, just know that he is a gamer. So now with this thin brush that I have, I'm actually applying for the contour of the eyes. And also when his eyes is closed. And also with all the different expression and the fact that he is fully articulated, and he does have magnet, the YMI 25 body had magnet under the feet. And I'm actually thinking and considering starting to make some stop motion stuff with him. I don't know, it's something that is running in my head, in my mind, because the interview that I did with the last chit chat show that I did with Christine, she asked me to invite someone who is doing stop motion on Instagram, and she is so talented, and I thought I need to try to do some, so that way when I will do the interview I will have many more questions to ask. So, well, the interview might be coming soon if I finally decide to start doing stop motion. Or maybe before, because, you know, ADHD, you know what it is. You have something on the plate and you never know when it's gonna come out. So it's a wait and see, but not only for you, also for myself. You know, I'm also on the wait and see list. I did have some hesitation for the hair because I didn't know if I wanted to have like black hair or like bleach blonde, platinum blonde hair. So I posted on Instagram and people were more a little bit more on the platinum blonde hair. So I thought, okay, the people have spoken. And I don't recall how much layer I did for the hair, but there was many of them. So long story short, if you have a primer, use a primer. Because I actually use only the primer on the face because I thought that the hair don't need it. And someone on the internet said that when you have a 3D printed sculpt or a figure or whatever, you actually don't need to use a primer. Well, in my opinion, yeah, it's not really a good advice. But you know, back to the interview, I honestly, it's December, and I'm like so tired, and I'm thinking that maybe it's gonna be more on January, because January is just a month of the year that I hate so much. I don't even know why this month haven't been cancelled so far, because I don't think anyone in the world liked the January month. It's just such a pain in the ass. It's 31 days. It's too long. It's cold. It's dark early. I hate it. So what I do here is that with a larger brush, I'm actually applying everything around that doesn't need to be more focused, and I'm gonna apply the paint on the contour and the little thin part of the hair with a smaller brush around the face. So now I'm going to use the dry brush technique for the beard in order to kind of make pop a little bit more the little uh, beard hair that is appearing on the beard. It has been already 8 hours and 21 minutes. So in order to make sure that it doesn't be too harsh, I'm really not sticking the brush to the head. It's really like a thin touch, like you want to touch your partner to make them understand that you're in the mood for a little bit more. It's kind of like that soft, gentle touch. So here's a before and after. See? It adds a little something. Okay, now 16 to go. Eight and a half hour. So day 2, I started to do the blushing. So the first thing that I did, because the body has some sort of a little bit of varnish inside, not inside, but to cover it. So with the acetone-free nail polish remover, I'm just making sure that everything is removed from the body. So for the tattoo and other details that I'm going to apply on it, it's going to be more sticky, and that the varnish that I'm going to apply will not have any scratch or something. You can also use sanding paper or sandpaper, whatever it's called, like the thin one, to make sure that it's more sticky and that you don't have any chance to ruin it. Oh, and by the way, now I'm mixing pink with brown, and those two colors does not work well together, just so you know. And this is probably one of the worst blushing that I did in my life, because it's too harsh, and I don't know if you can see that on camera, but man, it was so bad. So I had to remove it and start over. So what I did is to actually apply them really harsh, and then with this cotton round circle that is usually used to remove makeup, I simply apply like a nail polish remover and then remove all the excess so it will be more soft in a way. And that's when I realized that I kind of fucked up for something. Yeah. Make sure that you have a clean hand when you want to do some blushing because it can be bad. So now with the color that I use for the lips, I'm gonna use the watercolor pencil to repaint the nipple. And still with the watercolor pencil, the black one, I'm gonna draw some body hair around the chest. And also there is gonna be for the happy trail and for the down part. Because as you can see, there is a little hole at the middle part, like the down part, and it's actually for the to make the doll anatomically correct. Just so you know. And now I'm applying the varnish on it to fix everything. Because the next part after the blushing is going to be the tattoo. So the pitch for him is that he's a gamer and a Disney fan. So one of my favorite Disney movie that isn't actually really Disney, but I think you got it, is the saga Toy Story. Yeah. I think this is probably one of my favorite, and it's probably one of the only movie that I will not be able to split and say that there is 1, 2, and 3. To me, it's the whole package. I don't count the fourth. I think it's just a side project. So I wanted the tattoo to be Buzz Lightyear and Woody. And I have found one on Pinterest that was just perfect for the project. So now I'm going to apply the varnish to fix. And I wanted to have something that was more LGBT tattoo. So I'm doing like a heartbeat on his chest with the rainbow flag. Well, the rainbow color. And then now a little bit of varnish to fix it. I wanted to have also a wrist tattoo, and as you know, and that we've talked about earlier, the hair is from Roxas from Kingdom Hearts, so I decided to do a simile symbol on his wrist and fix it with a little bit of varnish. And the last one is going to be on the back of the neck and still related to the gamer. I'm going to add another symbol that is one of my favorite video games with Kingdom Hearts. Assassin's Creed. Also, it's a saga. I know, so there is many game, but the symbol stays quite the same. and again varnish to fix it. Voila, the custom is over. You can see the photos of Noah's on Instagram at Elias Dolverse. And I will see you next time, next week, for the dioramas, which will be the project Noah Part 2. See you next week. Bye.